Are the kinds of books probably that most Filipinos will not read. I'm reading about brain science. I'm reading about astrophysics.
Wow.
I'm reading about... Not really, because I gave a talk on brain science
Oh.
a few weeks ago, December 12.
So you're a scientist?
I have a scientific background.
Yes.
But I also read this book about the Black Swan by Taleb. It's a book on social science. And the Black Swan is about how most of history is created by impossible events. I like that book because it resonates with me, because I've written an article in my website on the science of the impossible.
Oh.
And then after that, I read his book. It's a whole book on that same topic. And I really strongly suggest that you have a copy and see what is available.
The Science of Impossible.
And the Science of Impossible is my blog,
Okay.
but the book is Black Swan
Black Swan.
by Taleb, T-A-L-E-D. It's available in a national bookstore. And it's a book on how basically we should ignore all kinds of experts, including survey experts, because none of them can actually predict the future. This is the illusion, that they can predict the future. All the massive financial collapses in Asia and in the world were not predicted by experts. So he's showing example after example how the experts really got it wrong. And that's why I don't rely on survey experts. It's also political analyst experts who are always thinking from the past and we have no understanding of how the future can unfold.
Why Black Swan?
Yeah, perfect question. Because before the Black Swan was discovered in Australia, for hundreds of years, people believed that the swan was only colored white. The swan was only colored white. So for hundreds of years, they believed that the swan was white. And then one day, the black swan appeared. And we found it in Australia. So what they will say, traditional new candidates who don't have political party and machinery can never win. There's been no candidate without a party that has won the presidential elections. Well, hello, Black Swan, right? Because the past has always been in a certain way, it doesn't mean that the future has to always be like the past. That's why there's always the possibility of something new emerging, something that the present will consider impossible. But that's how history is always created. The fall of the Soviet Union was a Black Swan event. Obama election is a Black Swan event. The 9/11 is a Black Swan event. I mean, you can go on and on, cite all of this. The global economic financial crisis is a Black Swan event. The collapse of the Asian financial crisis is a Black Swan event. Yun ang libro. One of the books that I read a lot also, I go back to it time and time again. The best Filipino book for me, one of the best in the last 50 years, is Passion and Revolution by Ileto, published by Ateneo de Manila Press. It's about the spiritual origins of the Philippine Revolution in 1896. Because in a sense, part of my own conscious intent is to finish the unfinished revolution of 1896. Can you imagine, already the quarrel between traditional elite politics already erupted at that time. That's why Katipuneros were distinguishing between Ningning and Liwanag. Ningning will be equivalent to glitter, to the sisal that Filipinos are looking for, while Liwanag is true depth, true substance, true possibilities. Ito yun. So, we need to bring in a politics of Liwanag, not Ningning. We need to do away with all the glitter that doesn't lead this country anywhere. Okay? Sige. Ano yun?
Ano sir? Vlog watch?